interested in international opportunities, perhaps? Okay, great.
I don't know who was speaking about Europe, but I'll just tell you what the world is about today. If I was to go back 10 years ago and look at my client base 10 years ago as a consulting organization, I probably had maybe 10% of my customers had international operations. Today, with the exception of the public sector and the utilities that we work with in the region, every one of my other customers is international, and so we are engaged in projects that always span the globe.
What I can add is that, because KPMG is a global firm, I know from my experience the last 10 years, I've pretty much traveled Europe and Asia. And one thing that I can tell you, the functionality is the same. AR, payroll, accounts, they're all kind of function the same way. It's the culture and communication skills that becomes, I guess, critical at that time. There is a difference between Asia, Europe, and North America. There are differences. It's something that I don't know if you can learn it. You just kind of have to experience. Again, it is a global. It's a small world. It's a very, very small world. So we expect to travel, expect to learn new cultures, expect to be shipped anywhere at any time.
So kind of following up on that, what should they be doing now to prepare for an eventual career that does give them the exposure to an international opportunity? Are there courses they should take, languages they should learn, anything that they can do as students, do a study abroad? What do you think?
I would definitely suggest, a language is going to add to your resume and add to your ability to get into those international situations. And I think that, depending on the region and the area, obviously, focus on the language. But in some of our high-tech manufacturing, we do a lot in Germany, we do a lot in France, we do a lot in China. China's probably been the toughest areas for us. The good news for us is that English is the universal language, so we always seem to come to that common denominator in a lot of these projects. But it really improves the relationships and improves your chance of success to at least being able to reach out and build some of those deeper relationships. And language is a great way.
One of the things that will help you benefit working with people in other countries is you understand their culture a little bit more. They have books on every culture that are available today. Price Waterhouse, KPMG, everybody publishes books about what it's like to do business in, say, Brazil or Europe or China or Japan. And you can also find information that are just small books about culturally, like what it's like to be a person living in a certain country. And you'll spend a lot of time dealing with those people as a CIS person if your company's international, and you'll be working with interpreters, and you'll be spending time on the phone talking to other people setting up systems or discussing the setup of systems and just understanding how they work, sometimes.
I would concur with that and add a couple of points. I know that there are a number of the larger enterprises where at a certain point, if you're on an executive track, it's a remarkable differentiator if you've actually been posted outside the country and done some international work, at least for some period of months or a short number of years. That's a remarkable differentiator in a number of the Fortune 50, Fortune 100 companies right now for their higher executives. It's almost a requirement in a few of those. And I would also say that any work that you've done from a collaboration perspective, again, you're going to have to be working with folks that are, you're getting up in the morning and they're done with their day. So they're remarkably out of phase with you from a time perspective, maybe the language barrier and so forth. So anything you can do to help with your collaboration skills, coming out there to demonstrate that you're good at working